Right then, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to announce our new series. And we have decided, we had discussions with Honda at the end of last season. We couldn't agree on contract terms to stay in the Superbike class or get promoted to World Superbikes. So we decided to take a sidestep and go to British Supersport, ladies and gentlemen. So we have our own Supersport Championship ready to rock and roll. So we're going to be on the 600s and we're going to be on our own Pepsi-backed Yamaha. We'll go through the tracks as riders in a minute, but we'll go through some rules for you now. So there's going to be 20 riders. We're going to have a mixture of last year's riders, this year's riders. We're bringing one rider back from the past who is just an absolute legend in Supersport. We'll show you that in a moment. We've also got some junior Superstock lads from last year. They're going to be on their liveries, their bikes from last year, but they are moving up to Supersport this year. But again, we'll go through all that in just a moment. So 20 rider championship over 18 events, so that's 18 races throughout the year. The points will be distributed as follows, just like the BSB series: 25 points for a win, 20 for second, 15 for third, 13 for fourth, 11 for fifth, 10 for sixth, right the way down to 1 point for 15th place. Now, qualifying is going to be slightly different. We're going to do a timed 10-minute qualifying session to determine the grid order for every race. Now, the race format, we're going to do 2 races a round. The first race of the weekend will be like a sprint race, so 6 to 8 laps. And then the feature race is going to be... also, on the rules side, we decided that during our live broadcasts, a few times we've had a bit of an incident, and we decided that we'll bring out a red flag, in inverted commas, and we'd restart the race. Now, if we do that in this series, we are going to deduct 10 points for every time we do that. So at the end of the championship, I'll be deducting 10 points for every time I restart a race, because that just isn't the sort of spirit of the series. We want to be doing it with no restarts, take every result as it happens. So for every restart, it'll be a 10-point deduction per restart. Right then, guys, let's have a look at the runners and riders then that will be joining us on our Supersport endeavours. So we have ourselves on the Pepsi-backed Yamaha R6. Jack Kennedy will be on the Honda CBR 600RR. Excuse me, I wish I'd stopped coughing. We have Bradley Peary, Zach Corduroy and Cameron Dawson on the Gearlink Kawasaki's. We have Luke Stapleford on the Profile Racing Kawasaki. Michael Dunlop on the MD Racing Honda. Davey Todd on the Paget's Honda. And the legend that is Steve Plater will be on the HM Plant Honda. We thought we'd bring Steve back because, we needed someone to take the slot, and Steve was very keen to come back to racing. So there you go. We have Richard Cooper on the FHO Racing Triumph. This is the one that he competed in the Daytona 200 just recently. We've got Rhys Irwin and Jamie Perrin on the Astro JJR Suzuki's. We've got Eugene and James McManus on the Completely Motorbikes Kawasaki's. We've got Lee Johnston on the Ashcott Racing Yamaha. Casey O'Gorman, who did a few rounds for the Lamy OMG Racing team last year, and he will be on the R6. Dean Harrison on the Russell Racing Yamaha R6. Owen Jenner on his R6. Una McGlinchey, and we got Cameron Hall on his Kawasaki. So these are all the runners and riders, guys. Some of the liveries aren't quite official. Same with the leathers and helmets. They're just as closest to the real thing as we can get at them. Let's see where we're going to be going then during our Supersport season. So we're going to be doing 2 races at Andalusia. So obviously Navarra circuit isn't on here, so we had to improvise, and Andalusia is just the best fit. We're going to do 2 races at Alton Park, 2 races at Donington Park National, 2 races on the Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit, 2 races at Snetterton 300, 2 races at Cadwell Park, 2 races at Alton Park, 2 races on Donington Grand Prix circuit, and 2 races on the Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit to finish off